Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. As everybody knows, we are a prepping channel. We're off-grid channel, and there's several things that we prepare for. As being a preppers and stuff like that. There's um, certain things you watch out for. And with that being said, I run across this article, and a few other channels are reporting on it also. So I figured I'd throw this out there to our subscribers and people that follow us. This is something pretty major and something to keep an eye on. It's a CME coming off the sun, and anybody that knows anything about CMEs, they're basically, they're not the same. Don't get me wrong, but they are close to like an EMP weapon going off. They can fry electronics. They can put us back in 1800s, basically. So then I dug up this article, and it says a powerful M9.8 class solar flare erupted from the sun on Wednesday, November 29th at 2:50 p.m. hurling a super hot plasma eruption known as a coronal mass ejection of CME towards Earth. Okay, it says the recent eruption, the 9.8 is referring to, coupled with multiples CMEs fired from the sun the day before, means geomagnetic storms. Okay, what that means is there's going to be like a northern light show up north, basically. It's going to be, I'll show you a map in just a minute, that way I'm not telling you wrong information here. But you can actually see like the northern lights. It's going to be lit, the sky's going to be lit up. It says it's some potentially very impressive displays. So it's going to be pretty major. Okay, but back to this CME. This thing was a 9.8 class. It's just a few percentage points away from being categorized as an X class. That is the most powerful class of solar flare that there are. And it was an X-class flare that back, I think it was 1856, 1859, somewhere around in there, that actually wiped out the telegraph lines, and they had to replace all those lines. Just sprout them. So you can imagine what that would do to today's power lines and transformers and stuff like that. That's the reason I'm reporting on it, because you just can never tell, and you just need to be ready for basically anything. Just another reason to be prepared. Another reason to have a few things put back, because you just don't know what's going to happen with stuff like this. These things out here have the potential of basically putting us back in the 1800s. Let's see right here. I'll leave a link to this, and you can get on here and read it and look at all these things here for yourself. Because I'll just be honest with you, most of you people probably know more about this stuff than I do. It's just I'm reporting on it because I think it's something worthy of reporting on. So right here, I know that the Earth is here, and this is the sun, and that's how it throws these things out here. And then we're supposedly Earth facing when this hits. But whichever side of the Earth that is facing the sun when this thing hits the Earth, there's very good potential of wiping some stuff out. Like I said, these things have the potential of being basically an EMP weapon. It's kind of the same. Okay, so right here is a little small video they put on here. It's a space.com also. This is the surface of the sun, and this is the CME bursting out of it. And basically what that is, it's just throwing a big plasma ball, I would say. I don't know the proper terms for this stuff, toward the Earth. And it's basically like a electromagnetic type thing, because it actually interferes with the magnetic poles and stuff of the Earth here. But this one's called a cannibal because it's a very large one, and the day before, when it released the small ones, the large one's going to take over the small ones, and that's what's going to cause all the burst of lights and stuff like that. See right here, it says right here that there's chasers actually around the world that's actually hunting this, waiting on it to happen. Okay, let's see. The speedy plasma outburst will emerge with several, so that's why I was just saying slower upstream CMEs. Okay, but right here is the globe, and right here is where they're saying that you're going anywhere in this red green area here, you're going to be able to see all these lights, basically the northern light show. Okay, like we're right in here somewhere, so we're not going to get to see it. So if any of our viewers or watchers are out there and they actually see some of this and take some pictures of it, put them down in the comments down below, because that'd be something pretty cool to see. I'd love to see it. But like I was talking about the damages and stuff like this that this thing can actually do. Okay, I've done a little research on it, and I just took notes here and wrote it here. Right here, a CME is talking about what a CME is. If it were to hit Earth, it could have several effects, both on our technology and the planet itself. Okay, geomagnetic storms, which is the lights and stuff like that, interact with our magnetic field, Earth's magnetic field, and that's somewhere or another that causes the lights, the flickers and stuff like that. It can interfere with operations of satellites. It can just fry satellites if it's, that's the side it hits on. The satellites are at power grids. When you power, it could shut your power down, fry your power lines, transformers. I mean, just numerous things. And communication systems, radios, cell phones, uh, emergency like police and military and stuff like that. It could shut their communications down too. Now, I just said satellite. And also, guys, right here is talking about our technology and the planet itself. Um, I guess what that's referring to is because these things can cause major earthquakes. If the earthquake was to hit the ocean floor, it could cause massive walls of water to inrush into the coastal cities and towns and places. Um, it could cause volcanoes to erupt. Just anything like that. So, I mean, there's many, many things that something like this, as major as this one is, that it could actually cause. So, it could damage electronic components and satellites, basically like an EMP weapon, basically. Power grid, that's what I was talking about. This thing could fry your power lines. It could fry transformers. Um, just basically anything with a computer, with a chip in it. So the communication interference, that's, like I was saying, with your radios, emergency, police, military, uh, aviation, which airplanes, it could throw them way off and GPS, like if you have a GPS in your phone, in your car, stuff like that, I really wouldn't depend on that thing too much today or tomorrow, because it could throw that thing just completely out of whack. It could tell you to go here and you're going there, So nobody really knows, I don't think. A lot of people's done studies on stuff like this, like scientists, I would suppose, and I'm by far no scientist. I'm just reporting on what I'm reading. Um, It says even that the utility companies monitor solar activity and space weather conditions closely, because they know it could fry, basically what we were just saying, transformers, lines. Um, and to the best of my knowledge, I don't think that our country, our government, or anybody like that has hardened any of our infrastructure as far as against EMP weapons or CMEs, anything like that. So, say like the transformers and stuff, I don't even think that there's many of those actually produced here in this country, if any at all. And what stockpile they do have, that wouldn't last long. They'd probably power up the major cities back up and stuff like that. But, a small time, those towns out here, would be shut down for a while. So, I mean, it's best to have your preps in order, I would say. Because, I mean, stuff like this, you never know. I think the average family, the household, I think they may have 3 to 5 days food supply in their home. What are they going to do after that? What are they going to do after 3 to 5 days? What's going to happen then? People's going to go crazy. They're going to be hungry, and they're going to want to feed their kids. What would you do to feed your kids and your family? So, with stuff like that being said, if I come across stuff like this, I think it's worthy of, sending out to you guys. I'm going to do so, because this stuff is worthy of me to run out and buy a few more things, because you just don't know. I've read a lot about CMEs, and I've watched a lot of stuff about CMEs over the years, because I got into EMP type weapons, reading about them and what damage it could cause and stuff like that. And these CMEs are right there with it. They can cause just as much damage with less, fallout. You wouldn't have any type of fallout other than people going crazy. That'd be the fallout. So anyway, guys, I just thought I'd send this information on to you. And if you find this kind of information useful to you or anything like that, hit that subscribe button down below. You can hit the like button, comment, leave me a comment, whatever you think. But I will leave a link to these. Both of them on space.com. It's just 2 different articles on here. And I'll leave a link to it. That way you guys can check it out for yourself if it's something that you're interested in reading. But it is inbound, and it's supposed to hit tonight sometime or tomorrow. So just keep an eye out, and just hope everything works out. All right, thanks, guys.